Hello guys, welcome back to our n8n tutorial. Let's continue with the last video's Firecrawl setup that we were doing. So our goal is to not every time come to this Firecrawl website, type in our prompt and get the results back. What we want is back in our n8n canvas, we should have a setup that extracts information through and from all the 20, 30, 40, or regardless of any number of websites that we want, and give everything in a single place rather than to go on a file crawl every single time and type in the prompt. So we want to make things easier, right? So let's just delete this HTTP request. And right now our goal is to connect Firecrawl with n8n. For that we would need another HTTP request that would connect the Firecrawl. And now we don't gotta fill in all this and try to figure out what to fill and what not to fill. It's just a really ineffective approach. What we would do in today's world is import a curl command. And for this, always have to go to the documents of any service or any system or any website. Well, documents is the key. If you just know your work around the documents, you're gonna be super fine and tech savvy. So here's the documents, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the API. Where's the curl command? So once you come on this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll on the left scroll bar, and you hit the extract section. And once you're in the extract section, you can see two forms of how to use the extract feature. What we did is we used multiple pages, full domain, for the codes2scrape.com that we did just in a previous video. And this essentially says that we can extract structured data from one or multiple URLs, including wildcards. So what a wildcard means is wildcards contain every website that comes under this particular domain. So this is the main base domain, and under which there are many pages like some page. So this is a really predefined single page extractions that we would do in a single page, but multi-page extraction would extract all the pages from one domain. So this is more of a complex structured process than the single page one. Okay, so now what you can see here is a curl command, and this is what we're looking for. Oh, by the way, you can also see that they have given here as guidance that Firecrawl will automatically crawl and parse all URLs it can discover in that domain. So yeah, what we said was confirmed and verified. So yeah, I was talking about this curl command. What we have to do is just copy it from here. And this is basically gonna fill up the methods. And it's gonna tell us how to set up all the authorizations, parameters, etc. in our HTTP request. So yeah, like you can see, every methods and fields are got populated the moment we imported the curl command. And let me just show you how you can save your authorization forever in this authentication drop down menu, so that you do not have to make another parameter for the API key every single time that you use the Firecrawl in your HTTP request. So first of all, just go to your Firecrawl, and there you can find your API key in the API reference. Okay, so once you're on the dashboard of your Firecrawl website and account, you can find the API keys on the left-hand side. You can just simply copy this already by default API key from your Firecrawl and then go towards your authentication in your HTTP request. So we're just gonna make a generic credential type, and it's gonna be header authorization, because Header parameter is where we have to insert the API key to connect Firecrawl and n8n. So header authorization is gonna be the one. So we just create a new header auth account. We're gonna name it Firecrawl. The value will be the better and the key. Save. So credential is successfully created. And we can simply turn on the send headers since we already created one in the generic auth type. So like you can see in the JSON format that we have a JSON expression and something's happening in here. Let's decode what exactly it means. So let's open it in a full view. So it contains URL and it should contain all the URLs that we want to extract the information from. And the prompt should go here to tell the n8n HTTP request what exactly is the parameters and our needs for the extraction process. You might see a by default URL here that you just need to remove and fill it with the one that we want to extract the information from. And here in this case, it's the codestoscrape.com. So yep, here we go. We just copy paste the codestoscrape.com, and I'll always remember to add an asterisk at the end, since we don't want to just extract one page, but rather all the pages that's under this particular domain of codestoscrape.com. So once we have this expression opened and asterisk added at the end of this URL, we have to get the prompt that we already did on the playground. So this is exactly like doing what we did on the playground, but on n8n, and that too with multiple websites. So we go on the Firecrawl, and I just had it extracting again. So because I missed the previous one, I lost it. So just copy paste the prompt and write it over here. Yep. And we're gonna extract all codes and the corresponding authors from the website. So here it says that we need a field schema, but if you remember, it was already there in our Firecrawl when we started to extract from the website. So all we're gonna do is remove this. Just make sure you include the content that's under this curly braces. And yep, I hope that's pretty much it. And we're gonna go to Firecrawl. And then once we have the JSON format, we can just simply copy paste this into our text box, and then we have the same thing that we had on the playground, but in n8n. But if you execute this step, I suspect it's gonna produce some error because the JSON format is incorrect or not consistent. Let's see what it produces. Okay, in the meantime that it executes, you keep practicing, and we'll see this in the next video. Till then, thank you.